info. What's up, guys? I am Goose. I'm casting the Infinity B Team Open. I am joined by my guest caster, SULingboy.
Yo.
Who is one of our regulars in the tournaments. Just deciding to get some play time in here. This is the finals GSL Whirlwind! Everybody loves this map because nobody knows what the hell it is. We use it for all of our finals. It is a humongous map, as you guys heard me talk about before. While we get all that out of the way, Acrean, our red Zergy, in the top right, and Anthoriro, our blue Terran, in the bottom right. It is not forced cross because this map is just freaking huge. That is not a big deal. While they get the boring things out of the way, like making drones and making SCVs, I'm going to go ahead and plug our stream, twitch.tv/infgaming. My personal stream is twitch.tv/goosesc2.
Oops.
And infinitygaming.net, not inf.net, infinitygaming.net is our website with our forums. You can be active in our community, talk to us, ask us about tournaments, come play with us, post your own events. We're more than happy to accept clan war invites. Ask us for a clan war, whatever it happens to be. You can find all that information there. Post that information there. Talk to us. Join us. Be part of our community. Also, our YouTube is INF Gaming 12, INF Gaming 2012. I don't even remember. INF Gaming 2012. That is where all these videos are posted. If you are watching that now, and or if you are on the stream and want to watch this later, or if your buddies are playing and you want them to know where it is, that is where they can find it. We make it really easy. Search your very own name, and you will find that. It will come up. It will say the name of you and your opponent, what race you are. You can find that pretty easily on YouTube. We spell it like it is. We say it like it is. Once again, INF Gaming 2012 on YouTube. Anthoriro is going to go ahead and open standard racks first. Acrean is going to go ahead and go hatch first. Anthoriro has scouted his opponent. That pool is going down. Anthoriro is about to get scouted by Acrean, and I hope I say his name right. I was getting corrected in the chat, but I can't pronounce what. Stelio hates me. He needs work. He has potential. He's too cocky. I'm not cocky. I'm giving you shit. I'm just talking about the game. It'll take 2 minutes for you guys to catch up to me in the chat, so I'm waiting to hear what everybody says about that.
This is actually the exact same build I use almost all the time.
From a Zerg perspective? Yeah, it's pretty standard. Hatch first and Terran. Don't do that in Protoss. You will get cannon rushed.
Oh yeah, never go.
Cannon rushed.
Never. I learned that the hard way. Not fun.
So I'm not sure if he is aware of his opponent, so
Double
that
dash?
is fair enough.
Third going down really early.
That's pretty standard, pretty good timing actually. Considering he did go hatch first.
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty normal. He does have gas, so he is going for link speed. I'm assuming either that or early layer, but link speed would be more expected. Just got the money for that. First queen popped. Go ahead and inject. Should see link speed, link speed, link speed, link speed, link speed. No layer. What's he doing? You got gas. Spend your gas. What are you doing? Oh, fine. Don't spend your gas. I don't really care. It's your problem.
Yeah.
Alright, reactor barracks. Interesting bunker placement. I once again the Ling Renbais right here is what's gonna kill him. If Acrean was to take advantage of that.
They can attack the other side of the command center without being shot. Right?
I believe so. So they would actually be out of range right here if he sends some wings across. Acrean looks like he's gonna go ahead and scout the front. There is a factory down for our Terran buddy.
There's link speed.
Wow, so there's 2 more refineries at the natural there, and the third is finished up for Acrean. Gonna go ahead and spread that creep to the third. He's actually been really responsible about that all these games. Lings are out on the map. need to clear that watchtower there. Anybody? Anybody? Blue SC2 says mech is immediately good game. I guess I can agree with that a little bit. It is kind of hard to walk a mech army. If Zerg plays right, especially on this map, and I think the point he's getting across is that
oh, there's that Ling run by.
There's a Ling run by, but he's not gonna. Oh, he is gonna get into the main base. Oh, he's gonna get in. Kill these few Marines here. Yeah, Hellions are gonna be able to clean up those Lings pretty quickly. Gonna get that. See if he can get a few SCV kills. He does pull SCVs.
That was nice.
Anyways, Blue is talking about how if he goes mech, he's gonna be screwed, and that can't be true because if a Zerg sees mech, I would expand here. I would expand here, here. Just shit. I would just take that this entire side of the map, just because there's really nothing that you can do as mech except walk to every single base so slowly, and then you're vulnerable to counterattacks. So I can see that, but yeah, I can see mech working on this as well because you can do a lot of good base trades. And with good defense, and mech should have really good defense. Honestly, you should be pretty walled up at your base. Lots of factories, lots of production, lots of command centers. You should almost be keeping up as far as the base race goes. Layer about halfway done for our good Zergy buddy here. Park some Lings out in the front, so he is going to see those Hellions. He does know, or he suspects, I'm sure at this point, that mech is on the way. First Banshee is coming out. That's a lot of Hellions before the Banshees, but that's okay. I do know a lot of Terrans that do open heavy in the Hellions, usually with a little bit more harass though.
Getting his roaches again. Yeah, Hellions moving across the map, but they're going to be shut down by those roaches. Unless they try,
like I said, I mean, the mobility on this map, especially with Hellions, because they have wheels, they're going to be able to sneak up here, roast some drones, sneak right back out this exit. Although the creep spread is good and the roaches are going to be able to get across, unless he splits his army, he's going to be able to kite a lot of things in here. I'm surprised he hasn't pushed up here. There we go. So actually only grabbing 4 Hellions there. We're going to force these roaches up, and I expect him to roast some few drones here, lining a few of them up, and then he's going to go ahead and leave. He only loses 1 there. Not too bad. He kind of forgot about those 2 there. So Acrean's going to be able to kind of kite himself back down to block. I think this is a mistake. Although, if he were to run up now, with Acrean's army out of place, that would be very nice. Once again, the supply depot wall, always excellent. Still got that maxed out. But I think he's just too low on bases. There's the 3rd command center.
I don't think he should be pushing in.
And here comes the roaches. These Banshees should be able to clean up these roaches pretty easily. All those Lings should get roasted. Banshees is what you want to be focusing the roaches with. Keep these alive. Back them up. Let the Marines and the Banshees do their damage. That's the power of the mech army right there. Being able to focus down with the units that counter the units the best, especially against Zerg. I mean, that's the reason that a lot of Terrans do this. You can roast Lings with the Hellions, obviously. You can roast drones with the Hellions. The Banshees can do decent harass. They great against roaches in the long run. Tanks are great against roaches. I mean, you're really killing the core Zerg army. And there goes the first queen, getting roasted. A lot of roaches going to force this back really quickly, but pretty fair trade since Anthoriro didn't lose anything there.
Acrean likes his roaches in ZV2.
Oh, roaches standard, just like we said before. And he hasn't overbuilt them, and he has a decent amount of roaches to the 16 Lings that he's popping right now. Got a few running across the map too. So as long as he keeps a good balance and keeps the map control, I wish he would check off this 3rd over here. I think he's gonna go do that right now. He is. Acrean doesn't have as much of a lead in the supply count as I would like, but he is dropping that 4th base, and he's up 2 bases now on the Terran once he gets that one up and running. Anthoriro has not moved out his command center. At least he is building them. He has 2 extra in the main here. He's only running 4 factories still. So that's fine. Got quite a decent army here. You can make decent pushes, especially with this sizable force this early on. because there's not going to be hydras. You're not expecting anything, you know, mutas, anything like that. Most Zergy buddies are still droning, especially on a map this big.
I really think Acrean needs to saturate his third there.
With the harass that's been going on,
yeah,
it's been kind of hard. Yeah,
there we go. He's making 6 drones right now.
So the unit count here, 40. Actually, it's under on drones. So Anthoriro actually has more workers, and counting the mules, better income actually. Gonna go ahead and roast some creep tumors, trying to keep that creep spread down. And the tank, one tank, not exactly enough. A lot of these Hellions are gonna get roasted. Banshee's gonna clean up the queens more than likely, and then focus down the roaches. Tank loses that. A lot of roaches left. That's the power of roaches right there. They can tank so much damage. They have really decent DPS in the long run, and that whole army just to nothing. Kind of bad position on the tanks. Just needed to siege them up real quickly, I guess.
The Hellions just attack one.
The Banshees are going to be able to clean this up, especially with the tanks. Not going to be very cost effective for our Zerg buddy here. Loses all those roaches, and Anthoriro probably only lost about 2 Hellions there, maybe a Marine or 2, and obviously that supply depot in the wall, but those tanks really just did all the DPS in that fight. He's still sitting on 4 bases though, even in supply, almost dead even in supply, 105 to 106. Terran's money's getting a little high. This is what I'm talking about with doing that. Just expand like crazy. Just PF here, just PF here, just it shouldn't even matter. You should be able to mule up and get tons of Thors, lots of tanks, good amount. Nice spot noticing those lings there and not dropping that base.
And Acrean still is just now saturating his Vespian geysers in his third base. He's been a little bit lacking in that.
Yeah,
saturating.
Definitely the gas income has been hurting him in the past few games. It is going to happen when he's doing all this focus on all this aggression, and he's doing a good job of keeping the mech army low in numbers. And he just forced Anthoriro to put that third base out of position. I believe that's off a hex. 1 hex, maybe 2 hexes. That's close. But he does know about it. Is going to get those Hellions pretty much for free. See if he can do damage to this base. A lot of Banshees do tons of damage to roaches. They are 0-0. Got that command center burning. I believe 4 Banshees one-shots a roach. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody? Somebody in the chat?
I believe so, but I'm not positive.
For those of you that are asking, this is the finals map. This has to be the Blue says that if Terran picks this map, they're retarded. This is actually the finals map we use. We actually been rethinking the map pool. If any of you would like to give your input on that, that would be great. You can go to the forums at infgaming.net and just post what you think about our tournament map pool. We try and keep it even spread of just a little bit of everything. But Morris and I were talking about mixing it up at the last event and possibly reconsidering some of the choices. We try and keep things that have been ladder maps, maps that people play a lot, people understand. GSL Whirlwind was just one of those kind of, I guess, shots in the dark for us.
These siege tanks have 2 attack upgrades, so they do 60 damage to the roaches. That's
yeah,
huge.
that is especially with Splash, and he is gonna a decent scan. He's gonna see about half this army roughly. Look at that creep spread all the way to the front of the third on the Terran, which is very nice. He's been pretty responsible with his queens. He's got low energy on one. The other one's kind of getting up there. This one's missed a few here. That's okay. Got a lot going on. There's the first few Thors out on the map. A lot of tanks. Decent amount of Banshees. And here comes the engage. This is going to be really bad for Acrean. Tanks are doing so much damage. All that splash. Nice fungal. Gonna get 1 Banshee out of that, probably. No. He doesn't. And all he did was just sacrifice probably about 40 supply of units there. Not a good trade for him at all. If he fungled that, it would die. Fungal! Fungal! So Anthoriro moving out a little prematurely, probably. That's not what you want to have happen. He does have a good unit composition, and that is compensating, but you don't want to be engaging on creep, and you don't want to be sieging up tanks too late like that. Acrean's going to be able to lose. That's just not good for our Zergy buddy here.
Yeah, he shouldn't just be throwing his units out.
Definitely not. I'd like to see some reinforcements, because this is kind of a bad way to sacrifice a good core of your army as a Terran player.
Easier said than done though. Like, it's really easy to hit that panic button as Zerg when you're being attacked.
Oh yeah.
And just send every unit you have.
Should be able to clean this up. Anthoriro's got quite a bit of a mech army back at home. I'd like to see him gather that up, but doesn't look like that's the case. He's a little busy on microing over here. He has, what is he selecting? Where is his vision on this? Acrean's focused on defending this, and he's going to be able to push this back, clean this up. And he actually has a supply lead after destroying all the rest of that. So Anthoriro's mined out in his main, almost mined out in his net, and this is what I'm talking about when you're playing that mech style. You want to be on like 5 bases, man. Another huge engage here. Not going to go well for our Zerg buddy. A good scan to keep him from burrowing. One tank gets sieged up. Acrean's going to get away with about 5 roaches there. Creep spread is still very good. Zerg wants to engage this mech army on creep. That's where they're going to have the advantage. Bunch more roaches. Got that hive tech started. Spire's down. No greater spire yet. I'm assuming that's probably where he's headed as soon as this hive finishes up.
I was gonna say, I don't think you need a greater spire.
No, yeah. You do need a hive for that.
You have to take some of his war goods from his game because he has...
Look at the damage from those roaches. They are 2-1. Taking down those stores. Getting some SCV kills while they're at it. Actually shutting down this third, I'm guessing. Third? I know there's a base down here. I think this is technically his third and this is his fourth, but... So, Anthoriro doesn't have enough... Gonna be able to shut this down pretty easily, especially that tank doing tons of damage. Thor's gonna be able to clean up the rest of these roaches. A couple things not firing, the Hellion's just hanging around back there. Not even worried about it. He's gonna go ahead and finish that wall up again. Got another base going down, and this is closer to the mech style I would have appreciated from him earlier. It's what makes mechs strong. The fact that you can get a lot of bases, get a lot of factories. Does get that burrowed roach in there just to harass that quote-unquote third base, but I don't believe he does know about these. He does not know about these bases down here. That's part of the Zerg. What you should be doing with your Zerglings is scouting around out in these outlier bases, even taking those bases, especially against this mech army. Corruptor's out on the map, so it does look like he's going, and that Greater Spire just started.
Little late on the Greater Spire, but it's okay.
There's been a lot of back and forth in this map. Relative timing is a little slow. He's been spending a lot on Ling Roach, but he's been doing a decent job of keeping this army, this mech army, low. He's been trading a lot of his own army supply for it. However, it's when this mech quote-unquote death ball gets into play that it starts getting dangerous, because then Zerg can't trade armies fairly and equally like you can in the early game. Like if there's 1, 2, 3 Thors out, a couple tanks, some Hellions, you can clean that up and trade, you know, 50, 60 supply of roaches and lings for that. But it's when you get that 8, 9 mech tanks out, 8, 9 Thors, numbers like this, that's gonna really hurt. Cleaning up those tanks. Getting some SCVs. Our Terran buddy has quite a bit of cash. He needs to start mining that gas. Needs to get this gas down over here. Still having trouble. This base is in constant contention. I like the decision to take the 4th and the 5th base, although it's only his now 3rd and 4th because this base got pushed away. And apparently he's scouting with it. Unintentionally, I think this Corruptor's kind of having something to do with that. So it looks like he is aware now of this 4th base. I think he had a general idea since all the defense was here, and that's quite a bit of units. He's going to get a lot of SCVs here. It's really going to hurt the Terran economy. And is he going to give this away? He is. He might be giving this away. See if our Zerg buddy finds this base as well. I mean, it is a planetary. A lot of SCVs obviously can repair that. Going to go ahead and take those geysers out, which is actually really going to hurt our Terran player since he doesn't have gas at all. He's mined out gas there. He's only got 2 harvesters there. None there. Only 1 there, I'm sorry. And 3 here.
Is producing Hellions still worth it?
Hellions are great almost the entire game. Unless he's like pure roach.
Oh,
but Hellions are great for map control. I know a lot of Terrans that just like, forget it, I'm making 100 Hellions. I don't care. And just for this kind of stuff, scouting, getting a few drone kills. Especially since he's sitting at like 3k minerals. Why not?
Yeah. I guess they don't cost gas, which I forgot.
In direct engagements, they're not going to be the greatest.
But there's something at least.
But it does help him scout the map out a little bit.
He needs to get those SCVs on mining on his 3rd. They're just sitting there.
Yeah, his 3rd is still floating up there. And he's got this one done and all defended and nothing's going on. I think he's kind of focused on getting these outer bases. Both players kind of splitting the map. About halfway around. Nice money scan. Showing him the GG Lords. You want to sit back. There you go. Want to sit back with those roaches. Let the GG Lords do their thing.
The Brood Lords are not upgraded. So the Brood Lords.
Look at that. All the tank DPS actually hurting the Terran more than anything.
I would just
a couple Vikings out. There's really nothing other. There's a few Corruptors in this mix. Gonna be able to clean up some of that air.
Doesn't have any melee upgrades for
oh, look at those tanks! Holy crud! All those roaches are gonna get annihilated. Brood Lord's gonna get cleaned up by this one sad Viking, unfortunately. 2 Vikings, 3 Vikings now.
See, the Zerg doesn't have 3/3 for his range and doesn't have even 1 of them for melee.
This is why those Hellions are good. Sneaking around the back. 1 good fungal though. Hold those down. Let those queens clean that up.
The broodlings aren't really going to do any damage.
Unfortunately for our Terran buddy, Zerg is going to be able to macro up really quickly. He's sitting on like some 6, 7 hatcheries now. 6 hatcheries that he's got selected. Yeah, 6 unless he does have a macro. So 7 hatcheries. He's going to be able to get his army up real quick. He actually is already remaxed. I'm sure a lot of that is drones. 72 of that is drones, but he does have Roach, Corruptor, Infester, which is a decent mid-game mix. This is kind of late, but he is continuing the upgrades. He has plenty of money, a decent income, and Terran just takes a while to reproduce all that. I mean, all those tanks, all those Thors, just really long build times. Even though he has the money, he kind of got a late start on all those command centers. He only has, what, 6, 7 factories, 8 factories maybe. It'll take him some time to get all that back up. And Acrean's still scouting out 4th. See if he scouts out this 5th, 6th, and 7th over here. I'm going to keep calling him that because technically this is still his 3rd.
Man, Acrean not saturating his...
Gonna go ahead and make a push at the front. The army's not exactly there. Knocking down that bunker. He's going to get caught by this army, but he might be able to walk in, pick off some key tech structures. Tank siege up, and he is out of range already. Nothing but the Banshees doing damage. Shutting some stuff down, getting some free tanks out of it. Very nice. What he's going to need to do is take out some production, get some free units, make some good trades, and Anthoriro does GG. Well played.